Hello everybody, how's everyone day? I'm Kakita des. Alright, today's topic it's gonna be one of the dark side of Japan. So if this is not your topic for today, I would recommend you guys not to watch today random chat. But if you do want to, then get something to eat or maybe listen in the background and listen carefully. So in regards that one of the topic that I'm gonna discuss is actually related to the if you guys saw the title, yes, is in regard to the adult entertainment in Japan. So, what does this whole situation come about? In one of my live stream previously, I covered one of the topic in my night chat in regards called a woman arrested after showing up in Saitama police station with a dead baby. Well, the thing is, right, in the title itself, you'll be like wondering why would a woman bring a dead baby to the police station? Did she kind of like admit guilty to killing the baby, or did she actually go with the things that she found a dead baby? So as I was reading it, it was found in a way that according to the police, the lady who worked in an adult entertainment industry entered the police station and she was carrying the remains of the infant. And the thing was that it was said that she gave birth to the baby in the bathroom of an apartment that was used that the same apartment that was used for adult entertainment where she worked. And what got me a little bit buffered over the whole of the situation was that she had given birth on December 23rd, and she reported to the police station on the 29th, meaning to say that the babe, like, the thing is, right, it may be earlier, it may be later, but the thing is, right, for around almost a week, the baby was thrown into the cold room in the apartment. Mind you guys, in December, Japan is pretty cold. It's in the 0 to 10 degrees in between. So imagine having a baby being left in an apartment room with no one to care for nearing a week. Now the question lies in why would the woman do so? Like, is there a reason why the woman couldn't take care of the baby, or maybe ask someone to take care of it, or maybe in the case of like, why would this kind of thing happen? Now, the thing is, right, what you guys have to understand that when it comes to adult entertainment, right, a lot of people will be saying along the line like, if the lady is working in the adult entertainment, wouldn't she be in the rich form? Because a lot of people saying like they are earning a lot of money, people give a lot of cash to them to spend. Like, a lot of people saying like they are being given a lot of money from maybe like in the hundreds, thousands similarly. Thing is, right, it may not be what you guys have seen. I have lived in Japan for 6 years, and I can safely tell you guys that some of the lady who work in adult entertainment, I have been approached by a few of them asking if I do require their service. The price, I was actually pretty shocked when they told me is that the price actually range can be as cheap as even less than USD $70. Meaning to say that there are cases where people will offer to even have do like few of the sexual stuff for you for just around 50 to $70 even. So it doesn't mean that they are desperate for money. It's just that it just make you question like, why would this kind of thing happen? Well, there are a lot of people who think that there is no such service easily, but when you actually go and look into Japan matchmaking apps, or go to the point of using the delivery service, the health, they call it the health delivery service, which actually more towards the point of that people who use it. But the thing is, right, well, you guys have to understand that there is two type of adult entertainment position that you guys might not be aware of. Hierarchy, if you want to call it. Thing is, right, there are some people who is very well known and they are earning a lot of money in the higher position. So most of the time when you see like adult film actresses, like they seemingly have a lot of money, or they being like paid a lot of money to do those kind of adult stuff, you'll be like wondering like, why would they have that much money? Like, is it true that all girls who go to who do work in adult entertainment mean they will get a lot of money. Well, that lie a darker side to the whole situation. It doesn't mean that some people who work in the adult firm are not earning money. They do earn quite a lot, but the thing is, right, it's only to those people that you guys see on the surface. The surface side is look very, very nice, but once you dive into it, you get to see the dark side. You get to see down deep in the ocean, into the depth. The dark side is where I will be talking to that day. So in regard is that the dark side of one of the dark side is that what you guys might not be aware is, in adult entertainment, it doesn't mean that everyone actually have the same life as what you guys see on the surface. So when you actually go in and check, like I covered one of the things previously called Japanese scammer, scam menu and default old man for their money. Well, the thing is, right, I believe a lot of people who press dislike for that did not actually watch the whole detail of me covering the whole situation. So if you guys have watched it, good for you. If you guys have not watched it, go and check it out. I cover quite a few things considering how a young lady, 25 years old, who default man of a lot of money, and the way she come up with tactic is very, very surprisingly. The way she come up with a menu to give to other girls to default other men, and there is already case of the menu on the market already. So the thing is, right, she even go to the point of teaching people for money and default men of money. Does that mean that she is living a good life? Well, I had covered that in my video, and I'm gonna give it guys in a nutshell. She did not. She did not live a rich life. She didn't even consider living a life of greatness, right? She default man everything. Like in total, she read out millions of dollars, billion in Japanese yen, and people will be wondering, like, would she actually live a good life with that amount of money? Well, the thing is, right, she gave all the money away. Well, the thing is, right, somewhere along the line, I covered a case where she went to a host club and gave the money to a guy, a host himself. So the thing is, right, just like what is a hostess, host and hostess? Anyone who know about hostess is like when you go to a bar, men go to the bar, sit down, drink, and then give the money to the girls, and then they all party all night, and then the girl earn a lot of money on them. So in a nutshell, there is the meal part, and girls were promised with fake love. Girls was tricked into doing this kind of adult entertainment industry, most of them by this kind of thing. And in this case, right, this host actually has shown picture of him with a lot of stack of Japanese money, and that he show off his money, his wealth to many people, and that he actually used the money to create his own got his own studio, create his own so-called his lifestyle where he's living in the luxury, in the wealth of luxury. So the thing is, right, at the end of the day, right, does the young girl that I say that is a scammer or just a victim hidden? And and one of the thing is, right, when I look into this article, the baby the dead baby situation, when she actually wrote in the when it was written that she worked in the adult entertainment, right, like, why would she not care about the baby? Why would she have to work? Like, is it because of the work that she was forced to, or is it along the line? So the thing is, right, it get me like question, like I have to research a little bit on the dark side now. I know this might end up being bad, but the thing is, right, I'm not going to point out too many sources. I'm not going to say all the what might happen, but I'm just going to let you guys know that such a thing had happened in Japan. And this is one of the things you guys might have to be aware of. But on the surface, you have to understand that what you guys see like on adult film, hentai, or even on a lot of people where live like they are living a life of luxury after working in this kind of firm, not every girls had the same result. Some of the girls end up being scammer or working for free. And the thing is, right, often more than not is linked to the host club. So does that mean that all the host club in Japan are bad? Well, let me clarify my point here. Not all of them. Some of them are actually nice. One of them is also known as the Butler Cafe. That is one of them that is considered a good and safe place to sit down and enjoy, where you can enjoy and looking at ikemen or handsome guys and then having them serving you nice tea. But then again, there are also some people who or some place that are work with bad intention, where they are trying to defraud ladies of money. And in the video, I actually mentioned along the line that the host actually like trick the young lady of many money himself. And because the young gullible girl who think that because she need more money, so the only way to get more money is scam other people. Just like how she got scammed by the guy of her money, she used the same tactic with her own twist and used it to trick other old men. And because of that, you have to understand that just maybe she is just a pawn in the whole scheme. And in a way, I would say that yes, she is a pawn, but on the other hand, because she had gone to the point of being a scammer herself, she is to hold responsibility for her own action. So at the end of the day, you have to sit down and ask, like, why is the host club in Japan so down? Well, in fact, if you guys actually I'll put out all the research information like in my video description below, so you guys can check them out. One of the topic that I come across was like a survey, Japanese woman fall prey to male host club. Well, the thing is, right, this article was actually established by in the Japan side before getting down to a lot of other websites who they kind of copy paste every single thing. But this is one of the website the Straits Times I actually saw, and it's the exact copy, so I can actually kind of like show you guys so you guys can check it out. Thing is, right, often more than not, those girls, right, like in this case, right, those like this part of the story, when she was 18 years old, she like before 18 years old, she was a runaway girl at 14 years old. 4 years later, she met an attractive man. Meaning to say that there are young girls in Japan who either run away from home, or kick out from home, or for some reason became a lonely girl. And that is one of the dark side in Japan. And now the question we have to ask ourselves, like, where does all the bad thing come from? Well, if anyone who know the word bad influence, that is one of the things that actually start out. So the thing is, right, this young little girl come across that a guy who worked in the host club. And the thing is, right, what actually got me a little bit shocking is in the later part of the article when it is stated that she told her to visit the club where she indexed debt, and she was made to work as a prostitute. And when I say dispatch on demand, it's actually where she go to other people's house, called the house delivery, where she have to do all sex to the guy that is gonna pay them money. But the thing is, right, the girls don't get the money. The host did. He collected all her profit. And the thing is, right, what got me very pissed off at this kind of thing is that the guy collect all the money. He did not give the profit to the girl. And then he forced the girl to visit him in the host club. And then make her incur more money when she entered the host club. More on that in a while. And make her in that money on that. And when she spend more money and she is doing everything on those hell delivery, and then she got in the market at the host club. She is actually getting poorer and poorer to the point that she is living in a life of properties. And a lot of people are wondering, why would a person who visit the host club still incur debt? Well, the thing is, right, what you guys might not be aware is that in host club or hostess club, there is called the sit down fee. Many will say it's not about the entrance fee. It's that when you enter, just like how some place when you enter a place you have to pay for a fee, right? Sit down fee more towards a similarity of entry fee, where you can where you enter, you sit down, you have to pay for the fee. You pay even though you just sit down in the place. Meaning to say that when that happens, the fee can occur from $100 to $1,000 depending on how much they want to rip you off. And in this case, the host club are actually ripping those poor girls even though they have no money. And even when they say that, oh, you just enter, they will just trick them into drinking more things that can that is like cheap stuff. Like I have been to one or two in the myself, so I know that the most of time they show expensive wine on the background, but in fact when you actually take it in, like check it out yourself, not all of the legit one serve you the legit stuff. Just like how a lot of people say that China have a lot of fake stuff, Japan do. Some of those dark side of Japan, they actually kind of like put up a very expensive bottle, but when you actually check the inside of the content, the liquor itself, it can be just a cheap alcohol where they actually drink the real stuff themselves and then pour in those cheap counterpart. In fact, you guys actually go to Japan, you can find cheap alcohol that is like in a paper carton. And those are real thing. Those can be can be bought in any of the Japanese supermarket, and those are actually very dirt cheap. They look like the real stuff when you pour them out, and they are very, very cheap. And because they are very, very cheap, it doesn't mean they taste bad. It's just that anyone who drink the real stuff for the first time will think that those are the legit stuff, and they will just drink without knowing it that they have been ripped off. So, the thing is, right, that host club in Japan, not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just that some host club legitimate are considered illegal, and they actually ripping their customer off. And in this case, ripping those poor girl off, where they will actually, when those girl actually got into trouble or into there, they actually make them like in this case they accumulate hundreds of $1,000, and then when they are in debt, right, what those girls will actually go to the point and like when they are like they don't want to be in debt, so what do they do? The guy actually coax the girl into doing even more essential stuff and earn more money for them to pay back the debt. But then again, they will make them go to the same club to re-incur the same debt. And that is one of the dark thing that you might be wondering, like, this is a black hole, that they are not coming in. Because the thing is, right, that is a black hole. Once you get into a black hole, you are not coming out. And in this case, it became apparent that in Japan, they are trying to move to strengthen crackdown on miscellaneous host club. I'm saying that not all of them, because there are actually nice host club, and those can be visited. But the miscellaneous one, those that are giving the bad aftertaste, Japan is trying to crack down on them. And it's not easy at all. Because there are still, when you crack down on one, many more even grow up. Just like how when you think that when you pluck out a fungi, and then you realize that there is even more in the surrounding. Yeah, you find one, you catch one, many more will appear out of nowhere, and you might not even be aware where they are. So the thing is, right, such a thing is not easy, and most of them, right, can kind of use the money to pay off themselves, to get themselves off the trouble. And in this case, right, it actually got kind of sad. Like for this young 27 young lady, 70 years old young lady, like in the case, like why would she still continue working in the adult industry even when she just give birth? Like can't she go to the hospital? But the thing is, right, when she give birth in the toilet, that is one red flag. What does that mean? The thing is, like going to a hospital in Japan is not cheap either. Even when there is the the Japanese government subsidy, it is still not cheap either. So when you actually go to the hospital in Japan, you still have to pay a lump sum of money, especially when you are going to give birth. And in this case, sadly, this young lady gave birth in the toilet, meaning to say that she couldn't afford to give birth in the hospital. And when that happened, the young little baby has tragically passed away because of the negligence on the mother's side. But then again, you have to sit down and think about the whole situation. Why did she did that? The question would lie in the part of that. Did she have not the money to support the baby? Like can't she, like she have been working in the industry. Anyone who thought that on the surface that anyone who work in the adult entertainment would actually have enough money to support themselves, including a baby? No. It's very, very likely in this situation that the young lady might be one of the girl who actually had all her money pay off the host, or maybe she have to pay off the debt. And in that case, it means that the young lady did not have the money to even go to the hospital to give birth. And that alone come to why I am talking about the topic today. I know it may come off as sad to most people, but the thing is, right, this is one of the dark side in Japan that you guys might not be aware. Like in a case, right, the cash flow on this situation, right, can be considered straight up human trafficking in Japan. But the thing is, right, even if it's considered, the gray area of what they are being doing is that they will make it as if the girl are like the girl agreed to it. And when they say the girl agreed to it, it became a thing. Which is the reason why in recent year, Japan had come up with the way that one of the thing where Japan come out with a new law to aim people pressure into porn. One of the thing it affect was the adult film industry or JAV industry. The thing is, right, this new law is to help that those girls who got tricked or pressured into doing adult stuff can be opted to actually step out of it. This new law helped many girls that have been in just like how in that industry, but on the other hand, that does not mean every girl. Just like I mentioned, when you on the surface it looked nice, but when you dive into the ocean and you look down, there is still the darkness there. It will always be there. It is very hard to crack out on every single one of them. And one of the things you guys might not be aware is that sex in Japan, right, is actually considered illegal. But the thing is, right, even when you go and search it out, like prostitute in Japan, is it considered illegal? Well, the thing is, right, earlier when I mentioned, prostitute is considered illegal, but there is a gray area. The sales of numerous acts such as oral sex, anal sex, or anything that including pay sex between acquaintance is not prohibited. And one of the thing that I can tell you guys that when I say that matching app where there is a lot of those prostitute, right, what they will actually not tell you is that when they go about doing this kind of thing, right, the men who are afraid of being arrested, those that end in that doing that kind of thing, and the girls who are doing the service, they will say they are actually acquaintance or friends or even lover, and that in a way make the police unable to action on them. And often more than not, it became a part where they just pay money to the girl to do it, and then the girl will do it on them. And often more than not, right, even if they say, even in Japan, when they say that sex is not allowed, thing is, right, they will just say that it's considered allowed in some way. Just like in adult film, they say that there are the girl are being paid to do like in the adult film doing it, and they are being paid to do it. And often more than not, the actor and the actresses are considered acquaintance, and they can do that kind of thing. But then again, a lot of situation where a lot of people think that they are doing that real stuff. Well, if you guys notice that in most of the Japan film, that those parts actually censored in like a bit of blurring or mosaic or whatever, right? Often more than not, the reason for those kind of thing being added to those Japan is that those Japan adult film is that they are doing in a roundabout way to avoid the legal law. And often more than not, people will ask into like, does the actresses fully agree to it? Well, the thing is, right, in recent year, a lot of girls step up upon the or saying that, and that some of the girls, right, some of the actresses was forced to do even the adult entertainment, the hell deliveries in Japan. And because of that, right, one of the source I come about was actually very amazed to learn that one of like, where was it? Yes, president of JAV maker Soft in Demand arrested. What actually happened? Well, the thing is, right, on surface they actually indicate that he did such service without license. But on the other deeper side, when you actually look into, if you guys go and search even more other source, there are cases where the company forced the actresses to do adult entertainment, not on the video, but to real life, where the girls have been forced to do this kind of thing. And the thing is, right, they are not even fully paid for that. The money goes to the company itself, and most of them got arrested, and there have been cases of this kind of thing arrested late or to the point that it became such a thing that as I was trying to search it out, it didn't yield much result, as you guys can see that. And the thing is, right, it actually got me even worried about like this kind of thing is just so dark that it is very hard to know. But when you look into the situation, like Japan news law to stop adult video, like the thing is, right, many people come up with their story indicating that yes, they have been forced into this kind of situation, and yes, they have been doing it for years. And when you try to look into even deeper thing, the crackdown is just only one part. They are just only scratching the surface. It's not like going around and solving every more thing. There will be one whole scrap down, another will rise. It will always, like just in the word of William Afton from Five Nights at Freddy, I always come back. They will always be back. And the thing is, right, who does all these things? There are speculation that is done by the dark side of Japan, but the thing is, right, there is no proof on that. It can be also done with people who wish to gain easy money. Can be also done by people who feel like they should be entitled to this kind of money. Like people who think they are smart and they should be given all the money in the world. And that can give birth to a very, very dark side. But I'm not saying that everyone in Japan is doing so. And the one thing that you guys might not be aware is that why does all those girls who didn't come out and step out and answer, like ask for help? Well, the thing is, right, the mindset of a Japanese is that either they know about the thing, or they either did not know and just live in the dark. And often more than not, those girls may not be aware of such a thing, because the thing is, right, they have been forced to work a lot of long hours doing that kind of thing. Like if you guys want to know, look at one of the source that I told you guys. She only come back to the apartment almost a week later, meaning to say that she was forced to work almost a week doing that kind of thing, meaning to say she couldn't come back to the baby. And when that happened, it just proves to the point that, yeah, if she can't even got the time to take care of the baby, it just proves that she doesn't have the time to even know of the news that Japanese government are trying to help them. And when that happened, it just said that this kind of thing tends to be overlooked because no one go up to find them and trying to help them. And it's often more than not, I feel like the only one of the way that anyone who come up would be taught to them by chance, and it's really not easy to find those kind of people. Like, because the thing is, right, we won't be knowing that who is suffering and who is not suffering. Like, there are some people who legitimately agree to doing this kind of thing, just like in the adult film, right? There are some people who agree to appear in adult film. There are some people who agree to this kind of contract or to doing this kind of thing in Japan. But that doesn't mean that all of them agree. It's just that there are some girls who agree to that lifestyle. Now, does it mean that everything is good? But the thing is, right, what you guys may be need to be aware, like I mentioned, why did people not trying to look into it? Like, why do people don't go check it out myself? Like, even I myself, why did I know about it? I live freaking, like, when I live in Japan, in Kyoto, Japan for 6 years, I only aware that I was living freaking near to the red light district. I go and check it out myself. I did not lose my virginity, so you guys can still safely call me a virgin old man. Till the days I finally lose it. But the thing is, right, when I go there and check look into it, I can assure you guys, the one thing that you guys have to be very careful. Don't take out your phone. Don't take video of it. The reason thing is that one of the article that may be not related, but it can, I will talk about it in a while, is that a Twitch streamer left bleeding after a stranger sucker punched them in Tokyo. And during the moment that he tried looking around to, like, saying like in this article they say that because Johnny Somali have been in the controversy of creating trouble, and that maybe, just maybe, in Japan people hate streamer now, like live streamer, where people who going around doing live stream, they think that, oh, just because that you are doing live stream, you are one of Johnny Somali, we're gonna sucker punch you along that line. Thing is, right, in the Japan forum, it held a different story. When we actually were looking at, when I was looking, I actually noticed that what they say might be true is that when the person got sucker punched, where he was standing might be actually on the, like, he might be standing in the red light district. He was probably filming, and that as he was filming, maybe just that he was filming in a way that he caught something that was not supposed to be there, meaning to say that he might have caught a place that is considered illegal, illegal operation. And in the way like this great illegal operation done by some is again the adult entertainment, which you guys have to be very careful. And maybe he got punched because he might have kind of like leaked the location of some place or some business that they do not want the police to be aware of or the public to know about them. And when that happened, this guy got punched. But the thing is, right, in Japan, there are some patrolling done by police in the red light district. Mostly what they done is to prevent people going to you to force you to get into their host or hostess club, or maybe ask you, do you want to have that kind of service. I actually walk back home in through the red light district at times, because my restaurant just sadly in between that road. And there are some who come out to me and saying like, service ka hoshi desu ka? Which means that, do you want some service? And it's sad to hear this kind of thing happening in Japan. It's really, really sad. Because often more than not, is it really a bad thing? Well, it's not considered a bad thing, because if you guys think about it, right, this kind of service exists because there is a demand for it. There is just demand. And it's not saying that people should not have it. It's just that, again, like I mentioned, if you are going to maybe wish to have some central stuff in Japan, one advice that I can give to people is that look out for those that is considered legal, as well as doing research on which one won't scam you. I have been told by Japanese friend that there are some legit one that are considered safe, as well as considered not a scam. When I say not a scam, meaning to say that they won't ask you to pay, they won't treat you into paying a lot of money, because like when they say that this service this essential service will cost you around $100-200, you pay $100-200, that's it. They won't actually say, oh, you do this, pay another $100. There is actually an add-on service called adding on service. You do this, they add you one more service charge. They do additional 10 more minutes, they charge you another service charge hour. And at the end of the day, you may end up having to pay a total of like 10,000 for one central service. And that, in a sense, is called ripping you off. And you have to be very careful of that kind of service. So if you are into that, go online. If I'm not going to teach you guys, I'm not going to tell you guys, but the only thing I'll just say that do your own research if you are going to do that kind of thing in Japan. Because the thing is, right, it's very hard to find which one are good and which one are bad. And for me, I know a lot of people ask me like, since I'm very good in doing research, won't I be able to do so? Well, thing is, right, when you go and write health delivery in Japan, there is a lot of them. So much so that it's very hard to know which one is good and which one is bad. And often more than not, is even I myself wish not to do this kind of thing. And I just like how people always in my live stream say like, keep my virginity, I'm a wizard now, I just need to hold on further so I can become a saint. Well, what else? The thing is, right, it's really hard to know this kind of thing that is happening in Japan, and this is one of the dark side that might end up getting me having a lot of dislike than like, or even to the point of getting taken down in a way. So I hope you guys can understand if this is one of the missing random chat, because I'm trying to keep it as on the surf, like I'm not pointing all of them. There are, like, again, the balance. There is the good one and there is the bad one. And today I'm just talking about the bad one, the rotten eggs. So does that mean that on the surf, there are bad host club or bad hostess club all everywhere in Japan? No, I have been, like I mentioned, I have been to one nice host club and hostess club. I only just pay around USD $70 for a drink. I know a little bit rip off, but talking to 3 of the Japanese girl for 2-3 hours, and one of the time when I talked to a guy, okay, I'm not a gay, don't get me wrong. It's just that when he told me that there are rotten host club, that was the one time that I was very, very surprised to hear it from them, that they actually say that it's often more than not got them like they got associated with them, a lot of people generate them as a whole. And it's really sad to know this kind of thing is happening. Like, it's very hard to differentiate, because the thing is, right, like internet, when there's a lot of good people, there's a lot of bad people. In this world, the same thing. Good people, bad people, we will know where they are, who they are, and where they come from. And in this case, I hope you guys can understand that this is one of the dark side in Japan that you guys have to be very careful. Like in this case, we have to sit down and ask ourselves, is the young lady that I previously mentioned in my random chat 61, is the young lady who is a scammer a true mastermind, or is she just another victim in disguise? And as well as this young lady who gave birth in the toilet and the negligence of her caused the death of the young baby girl, is it another victim in disguise, or something deeper that we are missing out? This is one of the topics that I personally come across, and deeper research into this yawn me not too much result. But on the other hand, it's also one of the things that I have been aware of while I was living in Japan, and because I'm no longer in Japan at the moment, so in a way you guys can say that I'm safe in a way, but not entirely in total. So one of the things I want to share about this thing is that I'm not discouraging people from going to Japan. In fact, I'm saying that there are nice host club, there is nice soap land, or those kind of things. So you have to do your research first before you do this kind of things. I'm not stopping you if you want to go and visit Japan for the thing, because I'm going to say, for me who live in Japan, I see my fair share of bad stuff and my fair share of good stuff. And I still love Japan. And anyone who loves Japan think, or people who think I'm being a hypocrite trying to stop people from going to Japan, no, it's up to everyone's choice on whether they want to visit Japan or not. It's just that one of the time when people ask me on advice to going to Japan, I would caution them first before giving them the best part or the things they have to take note. It's like you have to be very, very careful when visiting Japan. The last thing I want is people getting into trouble or getting into issue that can be considered that a scam in Japan. I have been through quite a lot of scam in Japan. Not saying that I fall for all of them, but it's more towards the point of like you'll be amazed at the number of scam in that, and how delivery, right, have its own fair share of scam. There's quite a lot of them. It's just that when you sit down and think about it and like trying to see like why is such a thing happening in Japan, well, it's not saying that it's considered a bad thing. Japan got a lot of bad stuff, we should not visit Japan. Well, if you look at overall a lot of things that is happening around in all over the world, let's say America, that a lot of people to have a gun, and then the people who hold the gun just go around shooting people and mass shooting, or even in cases in like in Singapore, scam call is a huge thing. Like there are still people who got scammed through phone call alone itself. So what I'm sharing right now for today random chat, right, I hope you guys can just sit down and rethink like why such a thing can happen in Japan. Is that sometimes is that such a thing is happening. Like, don't take everything you see online, the surface itself, as what it is. Sometimes you have to dive deeper and look carefully into the abyss. Sometimes you might actually come across that a simple article like this may actually give you more understanding of the dark side. And just like how I can interpret this article with many evidence that can lead to what I'm researching, just like how I talk about a Japanese scammer, a female Japanese scammer can have the reason of being lead to a even darker side because of another thing. So the thing is, right, this is called a chain of situation that can cause a lot of things to happen. And often more than not, right, when you solve the surface issue, why I mentioned along the line, right, another issue may raise the same issue that they thought was solved. Reason being, the true mastermind are not being caught yet. And in that case, what are we supposed to do? It is not easy. It's like often more than not you come across the word destroying thing as its own root. You have to destroy thing as its own root. The root itself has embedded dark into Japan, the dark side of Japan already. It is deeply rooted. The root is so damn long that even if you try plucking a little bit of the root, there is still even deeper into it. And that will still continue to grow, and that will continue to give birth to other misfortune of girls with in such situation. And that is one of the things that you guys have to be very careful when visiting Japan. So even for me, as I was doing research, one of the things I talked about this in my live stream, that I was doing some research. I was trying to. This is actually one of the things I was actually looking into. I was actually pinpointing the points, the dark side, the evidence, all these things, and putting out my speculation. So the thing is, right, like I mentioned again and again, this happening based on the dark side. Not saying that everything is a rotten egg. There are nice host club, there are nice hostess club that you can consider visiting. But do your own research on those places first. Whether are they legit good, or is it a place that can be considered a scam? You have to be very, very careful when doing this kind of thing. Often more than not, if you guys are not aware, if I'm doing my live stream playing games and you guys are wanting to know more, you can look for me in my live stream. If not, comment below if you guys are very worried about this kind of thing. But other than that, do press the like button and subscribe for more random chat if you do like this kind of content, and or even to the point of but the thing you have to be aware of that in my random chat I talk about random stuff. It doesn't mean I've talked about this kind of thing or that side of Japan every single time. It is random chat. It is totally random, a topic that never follow a single trend. Okay, also, if you guys are feeling that you learned something new, or even to the point that you want to give your fair share on or points that I might have missed out, maybe write in the comment below and let me know. If you feel like you want, normally I won't say this, normally I won't say share the video, but if you guys feel that if you want to let even more people know about this thing, I would be very, very grateful if you guys can share the video to let even more people know that this such thing had happened in Japan, and it's something that we have to discuss. I would love to discuss further with more people on their opinion and all these things. This topic is one of the things that bothered me in a way even when I was living in Japan, as well as that when I was looking into it and doing my own research, it does affect me in a negative way. And like I mentioned in my if anyone who know me when I was doing my live chat at the time, I was joking about some of the thing. I thought I was joking a lot about the things that I come across in Japan, especially anything that is related to adult entertainment or even the red light district. The thing is, right, when it comes to those kind of things, when you see it up close and you witness it yourself, it's very hard to take it in a context as a joke. It's really, really hard. And one of the reasons why I bet to using this voice for this kind of serious thing is that when you learn some of the misfortune that some of the people come across that have been living through for a few years, some fortunately a few days to a few months, and they were able to escape. But those who unable to have been suffering for years, you have to sit down and think like, why is such a thing existing in Japan? And did the Japan government, the Japanese police did enough? Well, the thing is, right, sometimes the law prevent them from doing so. Just like how I mentioned along the line, that there is a gray area. There is always the gray area, and people exploit on that gray area. And prostitute in Japan, which is considered illegal, still end up having a gray area. Even though when they say that prostitute is considered illegal, it is still happening, and it's something sad to know. But at the same time, it's not it's not something that I can't understand. Like I mentioned again and again, there are demand for it. There is a marketing for it. You can't remove that unless you remove the whole marketing and demand for it. Anyway, if you, like I mentioned again, I know if you do like this kind of content, press the like button. If you don't like it, don't worry, I won't blame you guys for not pressing the like button or dislike button. But I would recommend you guys to go to the watch history and remove it to along the line, because it's one of the things that I really hate covering myself, and yet yeah, I am talking on it in a random chat. But anyway, if you want to talk to me further or follow me in my random chat for a random topic, just press the subscribe button and we'll talk further. But till then, I hope you guys have a nice day or night. Bye.